And so all this stuff that I was hit with over the 2-month period from July 7th to just up until perhaps a week and a bit ago is akin to things that can happen to you if you are an MS sufferer. So you could call it a relapse if you want to. Now, even though I knew what was happening, I wouldn't accept inside of me that it is the usual case of a usual relapse, and I'll explain why. The first reason is that first of all, there was a lot of metaphysical reasons why I was having this episode, let's say, and it all had to do with things of more of a metaphysical nature. So it had to do with like entities and attacks and this kind of thing, which we dealt with Maria. That was the one level of it. The other level of it, and this was also validated by my traditional Chinese medical practitioner, is that exactly a year ago in August, I had to have a hysterectomy. Now, because of my history with multiple sclerosis, having this operation, even though it went really well, the operation itself and the actual recovering, of having your uterus removed, that all went perfectly. I got back to the gym, I was healthy. However, what did happen, what I noticed, is that after the operation, I kept getting sick. I kept getting flu, I kept getting sore throats, I'd get food poisoning or gastro. Hi, how are you? So, like between just after I got well with the hysterectomy, about November time of 2016, I kept getting ill all of the time. How are you doing? With those kind of things. And extreme fatigue, and so just put it down to the tiredness, to the op. But as I said earlier on, it was validated also by my TCM practitioner and myself that having the uterus removed had a very large impact on my immune system, my immunity. And so because of this trait, so my immune system was already low because of the operation. And because of my history, because of my, well, I was just talking about a hysterectomy last year, but that's fine. So what happened was, it seems to be like it was an MS type feature occurrence, multiple sclerosis. So that's why I've been so ill the past 2 months, right? So the reason, unfortunately, that it happened was on the physical level, at least the biological level, is because of the hysterectomy. No, there wasn't cancer, but there was a very large tumour there. It was 11 millimetres, or was it centimetres? I can't remember. I had like a uterus of a 3-month pregnant lady, apparently. So they couldn't save the uterus. They had to get rid of the fibroid and the uterus too. And unfortunately, this was a very, this was a big mismatch because of my multiple sclerosis history. So, I was used to working hard. I've been well for so many years, giving it everything, written books, taught classes, do my healings. And incidentally, whilst all this was going on just now, the days that I was well in my head, I was still facilitating, because that was keeping me sane. That was keeping me sane, you see. So, I've suffered with it, yes. So it was keeping me sane to be able to work when I was able to work. So that's why I continued to work when I was able to. The days that I wasn't able to, I didn't. And then I took an official off period where I didn't touch it for some weeks. But that's the story, yeah? So because of the operation, it knocked my immunity to below 0. And so any tiredness that I came into after that, thereafter, unfortunately triggered this this period of these symptoms, unfortunately. And so this is what's been going on. And the reason why I didn't want to be public about it is because I needed all of my focus and all of my energy to heal. I'm not one of these people that find it particularly helpful if like the whole world knows about it. You know, I didn't want to do that. It doesn't work that way for everybody, okay, but this is the way that it works for me. Yeah, so I kept my console, which means keeping it me, my family, and the few people that were helping me. Yeah, that was as far as it went. And now that I feel like I still am fatigued, I'm tired, so I'm taking it easy, you know. But now that I'm out of that, you know, that series of like, you know, from one symptom to the next, to the next, to the next. I mean, I was getting like completely bombarded, you know, non-stop. And it was kind of amazing in that I was able to maintain a certain level of inner calm. Like, I'm not saying I didn't have my days where it was really tough, it was, but generally speaking, in comparison to the original days, you know, when all this happened at the start, it was nothing like this. I had much better command of it, and of course I had all my tools. So why am I sharing this with you lot now? Is just to tell you that basically we all have powers inside of ourselves that are much stronger than you can ever know. Because if it was anybody else in my position, they'd be, I don't know, on God knows what kind of meds and treatments and whatnot, you know, being a victim, yeah, and just basically not really having much control over control or responsibility to know why it's happening and what it is that you can do about it. And I'm just here to tell you that you do have the power to do something about it, and it doesn't have to be because you're sick. It could be anything in your life. But I've just gone through something that's probably the worst something that I've been through since I've been diagnosed. And it was very, very disappointing to me as well that this would happen. But I suppose in hindsight, if I never needed a hysterectomy, maybe I would never have been affected again. But here you have it. I was, and I dealt with it, and I'm dealing with it, and trying to remain in a state of composure with it, and I think I'm doing okay. And so the next level now is to move back into, you know, a higher level of movement and activity, but slowly, of course. I'm not going to rush into it. And also deal with the nutritional aspect of it as well. So hopefully do some detoxification that is resonant to my particular condition. And yeah, guys, there's always things you could do. So this is why I'm sharing it with you. As bad as things can get, there's always something that you can do about it. So don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Keep moving towards your intention. Don't give up. And you'll come up good, you know. And I'm a survivor and a warrior, and I always come up good. And I'm here to tell you that I've come up good. Okay. So with that, don't forget to share it, replay it if you never watched it from the beginning. And hopefully be seeing you a little bit more often. I'm Helen Christodoulou. I'm an intuitive coach and mentor and the founder of the Fusion 7 Healing Mystery School and the author of The Miracle Frequency, available on Amazon. You can catch me on Instagram, on Facebook, and also on Twitter. So thanks for rocking in, guys. Sharing is caring, and this is a really important one to share, okay? This is just something that I'm getting out of now, and I'm telling you that you can do it too. So with that, I leave my love with you, and may the truth always be the guiding force that is with you. So until next time, take care. Namaste. Ciao.